You're also here on the AM show. Now, the Ghana Highways Authority announced last week it will divert a number of routes on the Accra-Tema Motorway Roundabout to prevent heavy vehicular traffic as the construction of the three-tier interchange at the roundabout begins. My colleague Matilda Vemaga is joining us live right now from the Tema Motorway. Matilda is going to tell us exactly what the situation, how this is affecting movement of vehicles and the traffic situation. So Matilda, good morning to you. Tell us exactly what the situation is this morning.
Good morning, Mama V. If you can hear me, we're coming live from the Tema Motorway Roundabout. And this is to remind motorists who apply this route that if this is your regular route, Hello, Mama V.
Hi, Matilda, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I'm saying that if so this is a caution to motorists who ply this route. So it is a reminder to them, because if you are a regular person on this route, you should expect some delay because of the excavation work that has started on this stretch to make way for the works that is ongoing at the Tema Motorway Roundabout. We are told at the moment that it is just the Flower stretch that has been blocked, but some alternative routes have been created for motorists coming from all the directions. So if you are coming from Akosombo, from the Ashaiman stretch, there is an alternative route that has been created. When you are coming from the main Tema Harbour route, an alternative route has been created. And when you are coming from the Pram route, that is the Aflaru route, an alternative route has also been created. But what we can report this morning is that traffic is gradually building up on this stretch. If you are familiar with this stretch, you know that this is a traffic-prone area. So what we gather is that with the works that is ongoing at this moment, we are going to see more of these delays on this stretch. So it's a caution to motorists and people who use this stretch from the Tema Motorway, from the Ashaiman route, from the Central University route. You are expecting some delays on that route. So traffic is gradually building up, Mama V, and we have the traffic wardens, we have officials from the MTT department who are helping to direct traffic to ease the congestion that are likely to be created on this stretch. So Mama V, that is the traffic situation here. Nothing new, it is building up, but we are hoping that with the presence of the MTTD personnel here, it will ease up the pressure on the stretch for a moment. But Mama V, I'll be engaging the project coordinator, that is Mr. Joseph Yebua. He will be engaging me and then take us to some of the alternative routes that motorists are expected to use when they join this stretch. Mr. Yebua, thank you so much for joining us here on the AM show on JoyNews.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Yebua, first of all, let me get an understanding what is happening here at the moment.
At the moment, we have opened the Detour routes around the existing roundabout yesterday, 7 o'clock, and traffic is moving fairly okay because we have made sure that we have expanded the circulatory movement with a wider radius so that motorists can move around easily here at the Tema Motorway Roundabout.
Yeah, Mr. Yebo, I get you, but I realize that there are some diversion. Ideally, on a normal day, this route would have been open to traffic. People would have been using this street, but I realize this side have all been cut off. What has been the communication? Have we communicated all that to people who use this place for this morning?
Yes, we have done stakeholders consultation, and we have explained our traffic management plan about a month ago when we brought the MTTD stakeholders from within the Tema metropolis and then KKMA, that is Kong Katamanso Municipal Assembly.
So you are saying that you've widely engaged the motorists on this street?
Yes.
So what are the alternative routes that people are supposed to look out for? Let me first take from, I'm coming from Akosombo, that is the Afienya Michelle Camp route. What should be the route I should take?
Okay, we have about 2 or 3 options. The first option that is available for motorists is that they will come directly to the Tema Motorway roundabout, and as you approach the Tema Motorway roundabout, you will turn right onto the existing facility towards the old Azilo station, and then you move towards the toll booth and then on to Accra. The second option is that you will get to Ashama roundabout and then you turn right. When you turn right, then you are going onto the new dual carriageway from Ashama roundabout to Ashama market area, the central business district of Ashama, and then you can make a left turn onto the Ashama-Tema highway, Ashama-Tema highway, and then you turn left to the Ashama toll booth and connect to the Accra-Tema motorway. So this is part of the emergency alternative routes that we are provided.
So that is the stretch coming from Akosombo, Afienya route, joining the Tema motorway. So if I am coming from Pram, that is the Central University route, which route should I take?
There also we have, if you are going to, depending on your movement, if you are going directly from Aflao route to Accra, you have two alternative routes to take. Number one, if you get to TT Brothers Junction, you can turn right through Bethlehem Road to Old Adan Road onto Ashaman Roundabout, and then you connect to the Ashaman Market area, and then you turn left onto the Ashaman Tema Highway, get to the Ashaman toll booth end, and then connect to Accra. If you want to come directly to the Tema Motorway roundabout, you watch out for the blue and white directional signs that are provided.
Those are the ones we see ahead of us?
Yes, okay. That is one of them, as you see over there.
Okay.
So you get to the Shell filling station, then you slip on your right, and then get onto the Detour route, follow the road sign, and get to Owando filling station. And then you make a left turn back onto the existing facility on the motorway, and then you are heading towards Accra.
So that is for those coming from the Central University Aflao route.
Yes. So if you want to move from Aflao route onto Tema, then you can use the left turn at Pon Junction. Go through Tema route.
But I know some of these inner routes you are talking about, not all those routes are motorable.
All of them are motorable, and indeed we have put directional signs at every junction that you
some of them have huge potholes. I've used some of those routes before through the Kpong area. The roads are not so good. A lot of people wouldn't want to use that road. Has something been done about the road already before we are talking?
Currently, as we speak, work is going on from the Kpong Junction to Kpong Road, and Kpong Junction to Kpong Township, and we have plans also to make it a little more better. That is the first option. The second option is to move forward again to TT Brothers, turn left. You turn left to DVLA Road, then you get to Valco Roundabout. That's the second option. The third option is that you are coming straight to the Tema roundabout, use the Detour route, and then come to the Harbour Road. That takes you to the Tema Metropolis.
Okay, so if I'm coming from Tema, Tema, that's the Harbour route. Yes. That's the Tema Tech stretch and all that way, coming towards the Tema roundabout, going to Ashaiman. Yes. Has there been any change in the routes too?
The only change is that as you approach the Tema roundabout, watch out for the Detour road signs. Okay. Just before you get to Total Filling Station on the Harbour Road.
That is just after the Tema Tech institution.
Yes, you come to the Tigo Tower. You'll see a Tigo Tower. That is the right turn for you to take.
So I don't need to come all the way to the to the roundabout to make a turn?
No. So this is about 100 meters to the existing roundabout. Slip on your right and get onto the Detour road. And then you keep looking for the Detour road signs. You pass the Aflao bus station. You turn left at the Shell filling station, get to Oando filling station, and then onwards to the Ashaman Michel Camp Road. If you want to go to Accra from Tema, you do the same thing. It is just that we have expanded the runabout
so that people would have to drive deeper before they make a turn.
Yes, so there's still circulatory movement. This time, the radius of the existing roundabout has been widened, so you make a longer movement around the existing roundabout.
And that is what is causing some of the traffic we are seeing this morning.
More or less, the time to take to make those circulatory movements around the existing roundabout is virtually almost the same. There has been no change because it is still a roundabout that is operating, and possibly even now, we believe it's more efficient because now you have the Detour road with police presence directing traffic, and they are going to be here throughout the project.
Mr. Yeboah, before you go on to that, what are motorists coming from the Tema motorway, that is from Accra,
yes,
coming into Tema Township, going to Central University, going to Ashaiman? Has there been any change as well?
Yes, there has been a little change. We have about 3 options. The first option is that if you're on the motorway, we have an exit before the Ashaman flyover. That exit has a short gravel stretch. And
that
then
is before the toll booth.
Before the flyover, there's an unapproved route, which is gravel. You can get off the motorway on it, and then
I thought they've blocked some of these unapproved routes.
That one has been left purposely because of the ongoing project. So you get on it, and then you go on to Community 12. I think Community 12.
Community 12 route, okay.
Yes, and then you can...
That is if you are going into Tema.
Tema. Okay. Then you find your way to Hospital Road roundabout, and then you can go onto the Hospital Road and then to Tema Port. The second option is that you can pass that junction and get to the flyover itself. Okay. Under the flyover, you exit on your right onto that traffic signal. You turn left onto the hospital roundabout, and then you can go into, can still use the hospital road and get into Tema Township. The third option is that you come straight to the roundabout, but before you get to the roundabout, you slip on your right.
That is just around the Southern Fried Chicken.
Yes, and use that auxiliary lane. You don't need to come into the roundabout or into the Detour road. You slip, select your lane, and then slip onto the auxiliary lane on your right in front of the Southern Fried Chicken, and then you connect to...
When you say the auxiliary lane, exactly how do you mean? So the people out there can understand.
You know, that is the right slip, okay. The first right slip. Motorists don't like using it, but we are now forcing them to use it because traffic volume on it is less, and you can move faster.
In spite of the fact that the place is makes it easy for people to go through, I'm still concerned about how more trouble the place is, because a number of these drivers, the alternative routes, the number of concerns that have been raised by some of these motorists is that, yes, there are alternative routes, but those routes, they are not good enough for us to use to ply. As beyond the other one that is being created at the other stretch, are we working on some of these roads to make it easy for motorists to easily join them instead of building up the traffic around the site?
Yes, our ministry has given instructions for an inspection of those roads and to make them, bring them from where there are sectional repairs would have to do them, to complement what we are doing now.
Okay. I know that this is not the for now we have the Afla route that has been blocked. I know in the coming days we are expecting to see other areas to be blocked. Which sites are we looking out for?
Okay, so the Detour route connects this Tema Aflao quadrant and then Aflao Ashaman quadrant. That's stage 1. Stage 2 will be to connect Aflao Ashaman Road quadrant to Ashaman Motorway quadrant. So then you see that we are going to move traffic which are now coming onto the existing motorway, existing roundabout, outward to the right side to connect to the former Azilode station onto the motorway. That's the second stage.
That's the second day. And how many days are we going to do that one too?
This Detour route, as we have explained, is going to be in place until the project is completed.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in the coming days, we are expecting to see all that. Yes. So when that happens, this side of the Aplau stretch will now be open.
It will not be
open. It will still be closed.
It will still be closed.
For how long?
For the duration of the project, because the contractor is going to...
So how many days more do we have to go through this ordeal?
You are talking of days. We are talking of months.
Okay. So how many months?
The project is supposed to last for 28 months, starting from 7th February 2018. And as we have counted, we have made about 5 to 6 months into the contract period. So we are left with about 22 months more. We expect motorists to be patient and then cooperate with the ongoing works.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yeboah. So I've been engaging Mr. Yeboah. He is the project coordinator at the Ghana Highway Authority, and he has been taking us through the alternative routes that motorists are expected to go through. So for one thing that is clear, Mama V, it doesn't look like these routes are going to be open anytime soon, because we have 22 more months to go, and in the coming days other routes are expected to be blocked. But he has assured us that the Ghana Highway Authority is working to level some of these unmotorable routes that have been created. So motorists who are going to be using this route, or motorists who ply these routes, should brace themselves to go through all these, and they are asking motorists to be patient with them in order to go through the entire process, because we have 22 more months to go, and they are already inspecting some of the alternative routes to make sure that it is motorable for everyone to apply, Mama V. So we'll be engaging some of these drivers. The Ghana Highway Authority is saying they have already told about the project. We'll be engaging them to find out how these alternative routes means to them, how it means to their business. You know that we have the busy Aflau station just to my right. We'll be going there to engage some of these drivers to find out what they make of these routes that has been created, Mama.
All right, that caution also goes to you, Matilda, because this is also your route. Thank you very much. We'll go to Matilda again, but that's my colleague right there, Matilda Vamaga, reporting live for us at the Tema Motorway Roundabout. We will go back there and monitor the situation in the course of our program this morning.